Welcome, everybody, to this week's episode of Backstaged, the series. I am co-creator and director of Upstaged, the series, Jeff Cook, and with me today, big thrill, is Lilly Lilova. I don't know why I have such trouble saying that name.
No one knows how to say my name.
What's the proper way to say it?
I think it's just Lilly Lilova.
Lilly Lilova, but there's a lot of L's there in a short period of time, and it always messes me up.
It's too much.
And I love that you said, I think it's Lilly Lilova.
I don't know either. My parents played a big joke on me. I don't know why they did.
And we will be getting into that shortly. And Jill Gautreaux and Lilly and Jill were the camera operators for the majority of the Upstaged episodes. So welcome, ladies. How are you doing?
Thank you. Doing okay.
Good.
Yeah, good to be here. Good to be here. I am sitting in a nice 71-degree apartment while it's like 105 outside in Austin, Texas. So I cannot be doing better.
We'll start with you. How did you get involved with Upstaged, the series?
Lilly. What? Lilly, you were the one that was like, hey.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe you should go first.
Does that make any sense?
No, you're right. Okay. Wait, was it you or was it Matt? I'm not sure.
It was Matt.
It was Matt? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was you.
That's Matt Bannon, who was our assistant director, and we interviewed him in episode 2 of Upstaged, the series.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Matt, the great AD of my life.
Yeah.
He's just such a great buddy and a great filmmaker, and he reached out to me because you guys needed a camera op, and that's what I like to do. So I talked to Joel then, and I was like, he sounds great, which he is. And then everybody else that I met, including you, Jeff, ended up being great, and I was like excited to work on it. And once we got started, it was like I just kept coming back.
Now you had not known Joel before
No.
You got involved, but Lilly, you did, right?
I didn't, but we have a mutual friend who's an actor, and I think they worked together. They're about the same age, and I actually don't know how old Joel is. He could be 21,
50?
or
He's
he
like
could be
50,
31.
58, something like that.
Yeah.
No, I think I don't know how old he is, but
No.
he's not 20. Okay, so through then, but you all graduated from Columbia, right?
No, we went to the Art
No
Institute.
information I have is correct. So
That's okay. Our school technically doesn't exist anymore, so it's like
we could say Columbia. We could just
Columbia.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yale School of Filmmaking.
Yeah, go Bobcats.
Yeah. So wait a minute. Here's what I thought. I thought you guys all went to Columbia with Joel, and that you had just graduated film school when he asked you guys to be involved in this project. No? None of that is true?
He did graduate film school right before he asked this. It was end of 2016.
Was it? See, I don't even know that. My memory is just like all the shoots of Upstage too. They all just blend together for me. So it's hard.
Did you guys ever run a camera before you came on set?
What's a camera?
What's a camera?
See, I can't lean too far back or I go into my ring light zone.
I like it. You should do it.
It looks inviting.
So what does a camera op do?
Jill?
Typically, I'll run lenses back and forth. I'll press the record button like this. What else? I'll clean the lenses sometimes. I carry around camera bags and lens cases and whatnot, and
Are you
lower
responsible?
and higher the tripod.
Are you responsible for plugging in anything, or is that
Well,
somebody else's?
Batteries.
Yeah, charging batteries, or if the camera needs to be plugged in at all times. Yeah.
Now, what happens if you're going to take a shot, right, and you're looking through the viewfinder, and say the director, all the actors are on set, everybody's getting ready to slate, which is a very technical theater or film term, not theater term, film term that other people might not know. And you realize the lens cap is on. What do you do?
Oh, no. No.
Right?
You take it off and then
That's
you
probably
burn.
number one, right? The first thing they teach you. And
Well, yeah. I mean, you can't really set up the shot without taking the lens cap off. So you're pretty much like good. If you start shooting without taking the lens cap off, you already have way more problems.
at what point would you discover the lens cap was still on?
When you turn the camera on.
The entire time.
Pretty much, like
Really?
as soon as you turn the camera on, an image won't even come up.
If it's dark and you can't see and you need your mama, the lens cap is on.
Yeah.
Now, is it trickier at night because it's dark already, or is it? Have you guys ever shot at night?
Yeah.
It's dark at night.
It does get dark at night.
But if you don't have enough light for something, then you're not going to see anything. So.
Yeah, even a horror film, you have to light something so you can at least set focus on that thing. If it's a monster or like someone naked's body. I mean, I don't know what kind of movies Jill works on. That's just, the
any kind,
stuff.
honestly, any kind that'll pay me.
Well, you are in Austin, so you probably have a much bigger variety of things to film than we might have here in Illinois.
People here are quirky. They are quirky. They are wild.
What kind of jobs have you guys worked on besides Upstaged?
Well, Jill and I both worked on a feature film that was shot in Indiana in 2015.
Oh, wait, I remember that. You wrote that, didn't you, or directed it?
Oh, no. It was just a colleague of ours from school. I was a camera operator, and she did makeup, like special effects makeup and like special effects. Like there was like there was like a bullet thing happening.
Sure.
Yeah. I did a special effects
as
makeup.
You do with special effects?
On the side.
Now, have you ever worked with a special effect that didn't include a bullet hole?
Oh, yeah. Oh. Shards of glass one time out of a guy's chest.
Yeah.
A lot of bruising.
Blood.
Bruising on the face and blood. A lot of people like to write in people getting like beat up in their films. So, or just like tired eyes. Sometimes I have to do makeup for that.
Oh, okay.
Nice and easy.
Yeah. So you also do makeup?
Yeah. Not beauty makeup though.
No. Just special effect makeup.
Special effects makeup. Yeah.
Sad makeup.
You need to get pretty. Go somewhere else because I don't have experience.
I find it interesting that most people who do special effects for independent films, they're not like nice special effects, like you give somebody dimples or something, it's always like a bone sticking out of your neck or something like that.
Yeah.
Why is that? Film world, you guys are camera operators.
I don't know what it is. I think it's just fun to do something that you can't do in real life. Like you can't ever really break someone's neck. If it happens, it's not going to be a fun time, but if you're doing it for a film, then it's a fun time to make and it's fun grossing people out. I think
it is. I do it on the daily.
That's one of my favorite parts of it.
And you're not even filming anything. You just
no. I just like being gross. It's generally fun times for me.
So what do you guys remember about filming Upstaged? I know it was a couple of years ago. Lily, I think you were the camera operator on the first 6 episodes. Is that right? And then
I think so.
And then you and Jill crossed over for the final 3, I want to say. Like the first 3 was just you and Matt. And then I thought the second 3, Jill joined, but maybe like just for 5 and 6. And then
so.
Jill kind of took off from there.
Yeah.
Does that sound
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So that's the official story that we're going with from here on out.
Okay.
I love episode 1. I don't know why, even though I worked on so many, I remember episode 1 the most. It was just so funny, and especially not knowing the script ahead of time, and you guys just like not telling us like how funny and like inappropriate it is. We're like, okay, like it's a theater thing, and like we don't know that much about theater. I was in one musical, but like I sat there and I think the camera shook like multiple times because of me laughing at like the funniest, like smallest things that other people were like, shh, and I'm like, have I never been on a set before? Like, this is so funny. And we did like 4 or 5 takes per, different angles per that scene. And I'm still like, why is it funny still? Like, even just like the Jean Valjean, like that first opening scene where I had to hold the stabilizer, and it was just so funny. And Joel was just like on it, like his comedic timing.
We had the sideburns on, and
oh my god, the big sideburns! Like I was so funny. Like I'm still laughing about it.
Now you guys were asked to film in a variety of different locations. Some of which were pretty tight quarters. Especially up in the balcony of the opera house, where I know that several times you're like pressed up against the wall with like the camera right against your face.
That's where I thrive though, because I'm 5'1". So
you're good in the little spaces. Does that make your job any more difficult, or is it pretty much look through the lens, press the button?
Well, I'm sure if I was like 6'1" instead of 5'1", it would be difficult, but no.
But Lily, you're 6'1".
No, I am not. I am 5'2.5".
Oh.
And that half is very important. So if you have any documents, make sure you note it on there.
It's like when you're a kid and you're not 12, you're 12.5.
It's important.
That's right.
It's not the same when you're like 20.5 and you try to get into a bar. It's not the same. They don't really like allow that.
No, I push it off now also to keep from getting older. So I say I'm 55 7/8.
Oh. I thought you were 24. I swear to God.
363.
Okay.
Were you guys involved at all in framing the scenes? Or I know Joel had a big role as the cinematographer in setting up the scenes, but were you guys empowered or able to say, hey, I think this might look better. I think that we should maybe take this angle over here.
Yeah, he was great with like listening to suggestions, but he had like a pretty clear idea of what he wanted, usually going into like every shot, right,
Yeah.
Lil?
Yeah. He knew what he wanted, but he was like, we would say, hey, he would be super open to suggestions from us, which was really nice because we're not really used to that. As camera operator, you just kind of, usually have to do what you're told, but this felt more like a friendly collaboration with him.
Well, it had to be because we weren't paying you. We needed everybody to be happy. Next time I hire you guys for pay, and then I rule with an iron fist.
Oh my God, I'm ready to be barked at.
Sure.
No, it was very important for us to have a real sense of camaraderie on the set. I think it's really important whenever you're making a comedy that everybody is having a good time. You know what I mean? Because that comes through. And I think even with I think that you guys' laughter behind the camera really gratified the actors too, because most of them were theater actors, and they're used to having like immediate feedback. If they said something funny, somebody's laughing, and if they're not laughing, that's bad, you know. But on a film set, you just don't get any of that kind of feedback.
Yeah.
So it was very important to us, and just just to not be a jerk and just be a nice person. There's a need for that in the world these days.
There is.
Definitely.
So what have you guys been up to since you left filming of Upstaged? Well, you moved to Austin, Lily, and you took up photography.
Yeah, I just kind of I really missed film and I didn't really know anybody, and it's a little tougher to get into the film community here because they're very like tightly knit and they only trust, each other. So I was like, well, maybe I'll try taking some pictures, and that kind of just exploded into me doing it for money. And then now I shoot models, and I've gotten published a few times, and it's a lot of fun. I do miss being on a film set more, so sometimes I'll help my boyfriend on his like film sets, which is really fun because I get to still be doing what I love.
Yeah, because they have still photographers on film sets too, right?
Yeah, that would be my dream, honestly, like to take behind the scenes pictures of like really cool shows somewhere, and kind of hang out with the actors.
Yeah. Do you have any of your photographs nearby that you could pick up and hold to the camera so people can see an example of your work?
No, I don't print them out because I am a millennial and we don't own printers. Like,
oh,
so
are your frames just like the pictures that came with the store, and you just put them up on your wall?
Yeah, I have like a strange connection to the people who are in the frames at Walgreens, and I feel like I know them. Like I call them like my uncle, my grandpa, and I kiss them every night.
Yes, yeah. We also have that because Karen and I got married in 2015, and we have all these frames that people gave us, and we hung them up, and they put them up on the shelf. But the picture in them are still the pictures that were in there from the store. So
that's awesome.
Like, what the heck?
That is awesome.
I love that.
How about you, Jill? What have you been doing?
Since 2015, a lot of things.
I mean, professionally, we don't have to go through,
Oh, good. Okay, yeah, because I was like, well, I ate a lot of food, a lot of showers.
I had a cleanse.
Slept a lot. No, I've just been taking like a lot of random gigs. I quit my retail job in last year, which has felt great, and I've had more time to do photography and video gigs since then. I've been working on Matt Cannon's feature film, which has been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good too.
What is that? He didn't talk about that when I interviewed him.
Oh, Matt, that humble.
He's so humble.
So humble.
He
humble
is.
And helpful.
Yeah, that is Matt.
Yeah.
It's called Party Favors, and it's written by the guy that wrote his student film.
Okay.
His thesis film. John Steinhagen. Am I saying it right? Yeah, John Steinhagen. And it's really great. It's been really fun to work on that. And the rest, I've just been doing a lot of random gigs.
Yeah.
Yeah, just here and there.
Yeah, I find as a writer and director, and
yeah, it's cool.
But mostly I identify as a writer. It's hard to, like, it's jam-packed for people who want you to do their stuff. I've found the most success in making my own stuff. Like, I'm betting on myself, and I'm gonna write my own stuff, and I'm gonna cast people in it as a writer, because you have more control over it. Now, as camera operators, do you see yourself as more a technical artist or as more of a visionary artist? And how does that compare with you, how you see yourself in general in life?
That's a super good question.
Right?
Um,
And I just thought of it just now. It's
Oh,
crazy.
it looks like it.
good. It's a good one. I see. I'm like the opposite of you, where I don't like to make my own stuff because I'm too much of a perfectionist, and I get too like trying to do
Interesting. In
whatever.
the
So
details?
I like to jump on other people's projects and help them bring to life their story or their project or their vision. I find that to be the most fulfilling and the most fun for me. And also, it's too much responsibility to like have a whole project on my shoulders. You know, I'd rather jump on a project and then jump off. And
yeah, I mean, it was a lot. And thankfully on Upstage, we had a great team. You know, we had Christy Johansson and Karen, my wife, who were behind the scenes
the
and just
best.
killing
Best
it all
parent
with the
we know.
scheduling. And we had Joel, who was, in addition to being an actor, the cinematographer, and he was wrangling you guys and getting everything set up so that all I had to do was focus on the artistic side of it, the acting and directing, not acting, but just directing really, and the writing. But I can see if you were a perfectionist and might have some difficulty delegating responsibilities and just like kind of like letting things be good enough rather than perfect, that might not be fun.
The other thing is like I feel like so many things have been done and I'm just like not original enough to come up with something like really cool. And also I forgot my other point.
Yeah, but see, the great thing is something may have been done before, but it's never been done by you, and you bring
Right.
your originality and your perspective and your personality to everything you do, and
Right.
that makes it unique. So don't.
But is that interesting?
Well, you don't know until you make
And
something and put it out there.
just do like The Rock. Wear the same white shirt in every movie. Come out with 10 movies a year that are almost the same, and
Yeah.
he's happy.
Yeah, shave your
Really
head.
happy.
And some people don't aspire to anything more. You know, it's
Oh,
like,
I remember what it was.
okay.
So like for me, if something is like a blank canvas, it's harder for me to start doing something as opposed to if there is already something there. I like to be able to take that and bring it further and add to it as opposed to just like starting it all on my own, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think so. And Lily, you as a photographer, you kind of have the best of both worlds, right? Because you
Yeah.
have the technical side of it in deciding what lens to use and what the lighting should look like, but you also have to be on top of like how people are standing and how they look and everything, right?
Everything. Honestly, I went to school to be a director, so I still want to be a director. So I kind of took that and minimized it in my photography. So I'm a control freak. I love calling the shots and I love having my fingers in everything, you know, whereas it's like makeup and how the stage looks and the lighting and literally what the model is wearing and doing. And I love it. And it does get overwhelming, but I don't know, like I said, I'm a control freak and it's so much fun to know that like if I mess up, it's all my fault and I can do something to fix that later because I'm also the editor and I'm also the
Oh,
producer because I pay everyone and I rent the studios. So it's like probably how Joel felt. Like he had to like get all the equipment and like and you guys like did all the casting together and I mean, it's a lot of work, but it's really rewarding knowing that like you pulled all these things together and you made something unique and yeah, it's
yeah.
fun.
And that's why one of the things that we're most proud of is um, not only did we do Upstage, but we actually got it out into the world, you know. So it's out there forever for people to see. This is what we did, you know, and
Yeah.
that's a great feeling. Do you get to? Sorry, I just got a notification. We have 10 minutes officially to wrap this up.
Woo.
Do you get to move the fan? Like the fan, if the fan's blowing on the model's hair, are you
Oh
able,
yeah.
able to
Or
say?
I tell the person that's holding the fan how to hold it and what power setting to put it on.
Okay. What's your favorite? What's your go-to power setting? Medium?
I think between 2 and 3, if like 4 is like high and 1 is low, and 2 and 4 are something like a medium, like, you know.
Do you ever just ratchet it up and blow everything across the
Yeah,
room?
and they're always like, you know, and I'm like, why can't you look good? Like,
Right.
pay attention. Have you ever seen America's Next Top Model? It's like that. It's like really intense, and everyone hates me, but
Oh,
I love it.
I doubt
really?
it.
I don't.
Do the models hate you?
I don't think so, because they always want to shoot again. So unless they just have weird feelings towards it, or they just love the pictures, I try to be really nice. I bring snacks and food and
Yeah.
water on set, and I pay them, which like everyone loves money. Like
Oh
I
yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
love.
You will get people beating down your door if you're able to pay them.
Yeah, they're coming.
I will
Yeah,
hold
well,
fans for you.
congratulations. Well, it's been so nice to visit with you guys and catch up on everything that's been going on. I wish you the best of luck in the future. Thank you so much for coming on today, and
Yeah,
it's really special to have you guys here.
we loved it.
Thank you so much, Jeff.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
All
You're
right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us this week. Enjoy episode 11. And remember that next week we world premiere right here on the Woodstock Opera House homepage, episode 12. And then 13 after that. So very exciting. And then we're done with it. then all of Upstaged is out for the world to see. So
Woohoo!
look forward to it.
Yes, finally.
All right, well, guys, thank you very much again. Take care,
You
and
too.
oh, go ahead.
I said you too.
Oh, thanks. And enjoy the rest of the quarantine, won't you?
Yeah.
Goodbye,
Yes.
everybody.
Bye.
Oh yeah, I got a puppy. His name is Gordy.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.